13 years ago, I was 50 pounds overweight, and that's where my journey started. I was thinking to myself, if I had to do it all over again, what would I do? Now, as scary as that is of a thought for me, I'm gonna share with you guys insights of what I learned the first time I did it and how I would do it if I needed to lose 50 pounds again. Because I made it through the journey before, but luckily for me, I kept it going and I stayed consistent. I really wanted to create this video for somebody who might be struggling with weight loss at their stage of the game and some of the things that I wish I would have knew when I first started. When I first began, I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to work out. I didn't know nothing about calories. I didn't know anything about anything. But over the process of me losing 50 pounds and adopting a fitness lifestyle, becoming a fitness coach, and helping other people do the same thing, I feel like this video could benefit somebody. Now let's first put it into perspective how this happened. Becoming overweight isn't something that happens overnight. In fact, it takes years for it to happen. Any major changes that take place in your body, your health, your life in general are usually thousands and thousands of decisions that led you to that point. Case in example, when I was 50 pounds overweight, I mentioned this before, but I used to drink every day. And over years and years of doing this, eating the most terrible food possible, not exercising, that's when it really caught up to me. So if I had to do this process again, the first thing that I would do is focus on my habits and start making small choices that are going to start building the momentum and the habits in order for me to get the result long term, which would be losing 50 pounds. The first tip that I would keep in mind is to not change too much at one time. I think this is a big thing that people mess up on when they first begin their journey. They try to change too many things at once and then it becomes overwhelming and then they don't do it. So what I would do is I would make small changes in increment that would lead me to the big changes. So say I started drinking sodas every day. We all know how much sugar and calories is in sodas, but instead of quitting cold turkey, I would start by decreasing my soda count in small increments. So if I drank 3 sodas a day, I would probably dial it back to 1 or 2. And then over time, I would dial it back even more. Creating better habits isn't like ripping off a band-aid. It's not something that you want to do real quick all at once. You want to take your time so you can build those habits up to create that result. The same way that it took me years to get overweight, I would utilize time to my advantage by making those small adjustments. That way I can stick with it. Have you ever known somebody that wanted to lose weight and they just quit everything cold turkey? Or they ended up going on some crazy diet to drop the weight really, really fast. But then you notice a month later, they jumped off the crazy diet and then now they're back doing the same things that they was doing before. This is because they try to change too much at one time. You can't go from eating fast food every single day to going on an all watermelon diet. It just doesn't work like that. So I definitely would make small changes to my habits so that way I could stick with it. Second thing I would do if I had to lose 50 pounds over again would be to work on my mindset. Me making it through that journey, I know how hard it was for me, especially having to learn everything that I needed to learn in order for me to make the change. Plus, I didn't have anybody in my corner that was like coaching me or teaching me anything. I had to pretty much learn everything on my own. But the first thing that I needed to change in order for me to get started was my mindset. To be honest with you guys, that's really where the superhero alter ego came from. But what really drove me forward was the fact that I changed my mind and told myself that no matter what, I was going to succeed. And even though times got really rough, I still continued to pursue forward. And ultimately, I succeeded. But one of the things that I did during that time too as well, to get my mentality right, was to read self-help books, listen to podcasts, and did things to develop my mind, to change my mindset, to know that I could succeed in whatever it is that I was doing. So that would be the second thing that I would definitely do if I had to lose 50 pounds all over again. Make sure that I'm planting good seeds into the garden that is my mind, so that way I can persevere through it while I'm making the physical change. I need to first make the mental change because I really understand that without the mental, the physical change just isn't gonna happen. The third thing that I would do is I would start with 2 to 3 days of weight training first. Another reason why people fall off is because they try to jump from not doing any type of exercise at all to doing 5-6 days a week. Again, small changes. So I'll probably jump into an easy weight training program like a push-pull legs or something where I'm doing 3 workouts per week with weight training and then maybe do a little bit of cardio before or after my workouts. It's a lot easier to commit to 3 days of working out rather than 5 if you're starting from 0. So I definitely would keep that in mind. And another big hack that I can do during that time would be listen to those podcasts or audiobooks during the time that I work out too as well. So not am I only changing my mentality and my mind, I'm also getting the work in out at the same time too as well. So it's like twice the benefit with half the effort. Another thing that I would do too as well that I didn't do before was get into a community of people who are doing the same thing that I'm doing, who are on a similar journey. Because now as a coach, I really understand how much community plays a part in helping people stick with it. And I didn't have that at the beginning. Having a community of people who I can connect with and keep me accountable during those hard days when it's just me would definitely make my journey a whole lot easier than it was the first time around when I did it. Anybody who's had a workout partner or been to a group fitness class definitely understands how impactful community can be. And that definitely would be something I would do if I had to do it all over again. One pro tip that I definitely would do if I had to lose 50 pounds over again would be to keep junk food out of the house entirely. This is actually something that I caught on to pretty quickly when I was doing it the first time, but I definitely understand that it's a lot harder to have cookies if you don't have cookies in the house to eat. Any way that you can make it harder for yourself to have the thing that you shouldn't have is definitely going to benefit you. Any way that I can make achieving my goal easier, I definitely would do. The major thing that I definitely would keep in mind if I had to do it all over again would be to pace myself, not try to get everything done in a short amount of time. I think that's the reason why most people give up on their fitness journeys too as well. They don't get the results that they expect in the time that they expect them. But the greatest multiplier of all time is time. If I'm doing these small little actions every single day and I give it enough time, then I'll get to where I'm going, because I definitely didn't gain 50 pounds overnight. So I'm definitely not going to lose it overnight either, or within a month for that matter. So I would definitely make sure to exercise that patience so I can make it to my goal without giving up or starting over, because that can be very frustrating. And of course, I'd have to make sure that I keep my nutrition dialed in. But the way that I would do this is keeping my cheat days to one cheat meal per week, because I know if I do that and I'm putting in the work, then everything else would take care of itself. Understanding how much one weekend can kill your week worth of progress would definitely be something that I would keep in mind, while also keeping my eating habits very simple, because counting calories long term is not something that I want to do. It's not something that I do now. But really understanding how high protein meals with the right carbs and getting fruits and vegetables in to create a meal plan that I could stick to without having to do a bunch of extra work. Never underestimate how keeping something simple can benefit you in a major way. And the last thing I would keep in mind would be to remember why I started in the first place. A lot of people talk about motivation, but motivation isn't what keeps you going. Taking this journey before, the thing that kept me pushing through was my why. On the days I didn't feel like going, that I wasn't motivated, and the days that I really felt like I wasn't gonna succeed, my why is what kept me going. So keeping that intact as my source of power would definitely be at the forefront of my mind if I had to take this journey again. These are all the things that I would do if I had to take my journey to lose 50 pounds over again. I hope you guys liked the video and got something positive from it, and got a few tips that you can use if you're on your personal journey to stick with it. Be sure to leave a like and a comment. It's the easiest way to support the channel, and hit the subscribe button if you want to have more content like this. I'll be posting a new video every Saturday at 10 a.m. until I've reached my first 500 subscribers. So if you want to take that journey with me, hit that sub button. I'll catch y'all in the next video, and as always, stay unstoppable. Peace.